everyone, welcome to Ordinary Fancies. I'm Linda and I'm an ordinary fancy goldfish hobbyist. Today I want to share with you something that I learned the hard way. Do not keep a goldfish that is a bully. I repeat, do not keep a bully. I know it sounds harsh, but let me share my story. A while back I purchased a couple of small fish, BB and Macho Man. While in quarantine, I noticed that BB kept chasing Macho Man around. I know that males will chase females around during breeding, so at first I thought this is what's happening, maybe they're breeding. But I ruled it out because usually with breeding, in my experience anyway, the male will chase the female around like literally all day. She becomes exhausted, right, with this activity. And it usually goes on for like 1, 2, or 3 days. But BB was being aggressive only after feeding. And she kept this behavior up for weeks. So that's when I figured out that she actually might be a bully. My research indicated that goldfish can become aggressive when they're young, when they're kept in a container that's too small for them, or when they're just not feeling well. Unfortunately, all 3 causes of aggression were true in my case. First of all, they were about 6 months old. I was quarantining them in a 10-gallon tank, and I was treating them for flukes and costia. But I thought, no problem. I'm treating them for the parasites. Once they're cured, I'm going to move them into my larger aquarium. And once they're there, they should be fine. And since the aggression was really only happening around feeding time, I thought, okay, maybe Macho Man can hang in there until then. But about a month into quarantine, I had to leave home for about 3 days. And when I got back, BB was doing just fine, but Macho Man was dead. My theory is that I probably didn't leave enough food for BB to feel fully satisfied, so she probably became more aggressive. And that means she was chasing Macho Man around probably a lot more. And since Macho Man was still recovering from the parasitic infections, the stress of being chased around like that while still recovering is probably what led to his ultimate demise. Interesting side note, even though I didn't actually intend it, BB's name actually ended up being perfect for her personality because BB could stand for big bully or big. Either one works. Anyway, I didn't want to give up on BB. I figured that once I'd cured her of the parasitic infection, I would just be moving her to the main aquarium anyway. In my main aquarium, I only had one other fish in there named Roy. The aquarium's 78 gallons, and Roy was bigger than BB. So once I finished quarantining BB, I went ahead and moved her into the big aquarium with Roy. At first, everything seemed good. They seemed to be getting along. She was healthy, she was eating lots of food, she had plenty of space, no problems. I was starting to be optimistic about the situation. But I was wrong. She eventually started to bully Roy as well. I thought maybe I could train her not to do it by just chasing her around with a fish net, just like she was chasing around Roy. But as soon as I stopped chasing her around, she would just go right back to it. And what made the situation worse is that goldfish are looking around for food all day long. So as soon as she saw Roy rummaging through the sand looking for food, I think she assumed that he was actually eating something. And then she would start chasing him around aggressively every time she saw him do that. Things did not end well. I think Roy got too stressed out with BB constantly chasing after him. He ended up getting sick. He ended up having dropsy even. I treated him for that, and I thought was getting better, but ultimately he ended up passing away. He was strong and healthy before BB came along. The reason I even bought the 2 extra fish were so that he wouldn't be lonely. And unfortunately, things really didn't work out. Essentially, within a 6-month period, BB had bullied 2 fish to death. Bullies stress out the fish that they pick on. And when fish are stressed, there's always the possibility that they could get sick. And once they're sick, you don't know that you're going to be able to cure them. There's no guarantee. So what's the lesson here, folks? Do not keep a bully with other fish. Return the fish if you can, or try to find it a new home, or if you're really intent on keeping it, You're going to have to maintain a separate aquarium where you keep that fish in that aquarium by itself. But do not keep it with other fish. Learn from my experience. Do not let it happen to you. Ultimately, I was able to return BB to the store where I got her, and I did end up purchasing some new fish that thankfully all got along. Let me know in the comments if you've ever had a bully fish and what you ended up doing. I'd love to know if you succeeded in finding a long-term solution to the bullying behavior. Until next time, thanks for watching. Bye!